The 2019 Telstra WA Businesswomen's Medium and Large Business Award winner is Leonie Knipe.
Thank you very much. This was so unexpected that I've left my notes in my handbag, so I'm going to wing it and hope that I remember everybody and everything and that I don't make a complete fool of myself. I think a lot of women in business, myself included, tend to suffer from imposter syndrome. And for me, that syndrome kicked in big time during this process that was the Telstra Women's Business Awards. When I looked at previous finalists and then again my incredibly strong competition this year, I straight away defaulted to thinking I'm not as accomplished or as qualified as the others. I'm just a chick selling cars. And I think for a lot of women in business, that is a hurdle that we need to overcome. We do need to realise that we are as worthy as our male counterparts or as our peers, as the case is here. And we just need to recognise that. And I see that as the major benefit of the Telstra Women's Business Awards. And with that in mind, I'd like to thank Telstra for once again putting on these awards and having done so for a number of years now. I think that the more that the successes and accomplishments of women are recognised, the more comfortable we will be as a collective putting ourselves forward in business and doing those things that may at first be uncomfortable, but that if we push through can reap great rewards. I'd also like to thank my family, especially my husband and my 4 boys. I'd like to thank my work colleagues and my staff, yes, 4 boys, my work colleagues, my staff, and the amazing group of other businesswomen in my community that act as a great mentors and a great support network. As the mother of 4 boys, I know I've mentioned that, but I think it deserves a second mention. As the mother of 4 boys, I've always been acutely aware that I have a responsibility to set them an example of a role model of a strong and relevant woman. And in so doing, I hope that the future women in their lives, their daughters and their wives, will benefit from husbands and sons that help them to recognise their ideals and realise that they can achieve anything that they put their mind to. So yes, this award will help give Mum a little bit of kudos. I like to tell a story of a time early in my career in the motor vehicle trade when I'd arrived at the dealership at the same time as an older male customer. And I said to the customer as I entered into the dealership, "Can I be of any assistance?" And his response was, "No, thank you, love, I'm here to see the manager." At which point I said, "Well, you're in luck, you're speaking to her." And he gave me a wink and he said, "You're a cheeky little thing, aren't you?" And proceeded to head to the receptionist at the reception counter, and I had a bit of a giggle and went off to my office. A little while later, the receptionist then escorted him to see the manager, who was obviously me. And I remember his reaction. He was really quite baffled that the woman that he'd presumed was a member of the admin staff was indeed the manager. And incidences like these, and unfortunately there have been a few, have highlighted to me just how far the motor vehicle industry does need to come to appoint women into senior management roles. And I look forward to a time when our customers don't fall into those sort of traps of those stereotypes because they do no longer exist. As a woman conducting business in rural, regional and remote areas of Western Australia, I'm also hoping that in winning this award tonight, it will serve as an example and an inspiration to other women in these communities. I hope that they will be inspired to realise that you don't need to move to the city to achieve your goals and that success is possible in the regions. So finally, I'm looking forward to continuing my journey in business, and I hope that I can be an example to other women trying to break through in the motor vehicle trade and also serve as an example and inspiration to young women in regional WA. Thank you very much.